Hello everyone, I'm Mitsuhone. It's time for another draft video. I post one out every Monday and every Thursday of the latest format, so don't forget to check those out on a regular basis. And we're going to go ahead and jump in this queue, and I'll be back with you in the draft. Alright, well, we got Hazoret's Undying Fury, and I need to adjust this, actually. There we almost go. I've been opening a lot of Hazoret's Undying Furies, which isn't awesome, because it's a terrible card, one of the worst in the entire set. But our pack is good, very good actually. We have Ambuscade, we have Open Fire, and we have Lethal Sting, all very good. They're like the common removal spell at that color, and all three of them are very good. Vizier of the Anointed is also quite good if you can get some Embalm and Eternalize, which isn't very hard if you're in blue. He has an amazing effect. I think he's very good, but I think Ambuscade's better. It's the best common in the set, I think, and I think as a result of that, I'm going to take it here. I like it even more than Open Fire. Okay, well here we have Farm to Market, which is pretty good. There's also a Steward of Solidarity, which is quite good, but I think I'm going to go for the removal in Farm to Market. Yeah, we are. Even if we just play the farm half, it's good. You don't have to play the market half. Although the market half is very real though. Like, if you're in a blue-white deck, it really gives you some more gas in the late game that you wouldn't otherwise be able to get. Okay, I like Oasis Ritualist. There's another very bad rare, unfortunately. Deserts are nice. Aerial Guide and Supreme Will are both pretty good. Oasis Ritualist is good too. It allows you to splash. It allows you to ramp, both of which are things I'm interested in doing. I think I'm going to take the Ritualist since I already have Ambuscade. I do think Aerial Guide is probably better than the Ritualist. Catcher's Avenger is also pretty good, but I think we'll go for the Ritualist here. Still no trophies in this format for me. They continue to elude me. Lots of 2-1s, which, you know, better than nothing. But not a lot of 3-0s. In fact, 0 of them. So hopefully I can get one of these days. Quarry Beetle's okay. Inferno Jet's okay. I think I'm just going to take another Ritualist, though, and see if we can build a ramp deck here. We haven't really committed completely to a second color. If we have 2 Ritualists, it won't be hard to splash farm, although conditional removal like farm is kind of annoying to splash. It's definitely better to splash straight up removal spells that just say destroy or kill something. But yeah, I'll take the Ritualist here over all these other things. And we may or may not be main boarding farm, I don't know, but green is somewhere I'd like to be, and so is ramping. Get some hippos up in here. This format is enough slower than the other one that you can actually ramp into things, which is pretty nice, I think, compared to the last format where it was all fast all the time. Okay, well, there's a hippo. I might just take it. I do like Supreme Will an okay amount, but I think I'm going to take the hippo. We've already got a couple good pieces of ramp. Hippo can cycle. Feral Prowler is okay, but it's also just like a great card to play on turn 5. Not easy for people to deal with. So hippo it is. None of the stuff in other colors there was especially promising. This has been a surprisingly good card. Like a 6-mana 5/6 with Trample isn't that far off of the rate you'd want to play anyway. So unlike a lot of the cards that have cycling, this as a 6-mana 5/6 would probably be like a C- anyway. Like you would play it in any ramp deck, but adding cycling to the mix makes it a lot better. Okay, I'd probably just take Ronus' Stalwart now. As much as I like Hippo, it's no Ronus' Stalwart. Reason to Believe is okay. Hippo is good, and, you know, Cursed Hoard's fine, but you really want to be in black-white to really make it work, although, you know, it can make it self-indestructible no matter what, but we'll take the Stalwart here. Are we going to be mono-green? I don't know. I guess we'll definitely be playing farm if we're mostly mono-green. There's no reason not to. Run like 3 or 4 planes and a couple Oasis Ritualists. Would be plenty. This thing's great. It's one of the few, like, part of the reason this format's slower, if you haven't heard me talk about it yet, if you have, I apologize, is because there's only one common at each color. That's like one of the old aggressive forms of the exerters that we saw in Triple Amonkhet, instead of like a bunch of them. You know, you had a Hooded Brawler, and you had a lot of commons with Exert in the last set, and they were all aggressive. In this set, they're like Oasis Ritualist. More of them are like that. They exert themselves, sure, but they don't get stronger for it. So Mummy Paramount's fine, but I think I'm going to continue to just stay green and stay completely open, because Feral Prowler's a reasonable card. I think the Mummy probably is better, but it's not by a huge margin. And granted, we do have Farm, but I'm fine taking a Prowler here. One of the good things about staying open here is if I open a big, like, 7-drop in another color, I can just play it, and I like that. That's a fair amount. We're going to take another Prowler here. We already have 2 pieces of fixing, so that's good. Right, now we take a Quarry Beetle. Mrs. Defeat is the worst of the cycle, not really worth it. These white cards aren't very good. I mean, Active Heroism's fine. These 2 aren't good. This is an okay playable, but not much more than, like, you know, an average playable. The Beetle, you know, it's a lot of time just not going to do anything when it comes into play, but when it does, it's nice, and it's not a bad raid anyway. So I'm happy with it, especially that late. Green seems to be open enough that, you know, we've taken 1 card of another color. Okay, well, now we're going to take a Lethal Sting. Wretched Camel's actually pretty good too, so black is definitely open. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. We will take Lethal Sting. Works well with Feral Prowler. Just a random place to put a -1/-1 counter, and you know, it's already not going to be doing much by the end of the game anyway. By the midpoint of the game, it's not going to be able to block very well anymore. So you can lose it. And now we'll take a Camel. Definitely want some deserts if we're going to have a Camel, but you know, I'm cool with the Camel. I mean, I probably wouldn't play it unless I pick up some deserts. I'll take the Screecher, though I hope I don't play it. It's just so bad against, like, Blur of Blades makes it look horrendous. The -1/-1 counter desert makes it look horrendous. Ooh, well, there's a good sideboard card if we end up in black. And Liliana's Defeat. Grizzly Survivor. Okay, we have 1 card recycling. We might get more. Okay, well, we got the black, green, gold card. What else we got here? Got an Excavator, which is fine, but you definitely need some combos to go with it, and there are a few. Like the -1/-1 counter desert, for example. If you can replay that and use it every turn, that's not a bad way to spend your turn when you're getting flooded out. So I like the Hippo, but I think I like the Spider even more. Vile Manifestation's a cool card, but we're not really going to be a cycling deck. Green doesn't have a ton of cycling, you know, not with, you know, the Rampaging Hippo is an exception to that. But yeah, we'll take the Spider here. See if black-green's where we're going to be. Well, there's another Ambuscade. I think I just take that. This is just combat damage, right? Yeah. So Ambuscade won't work, but yeah, we'll take an Ambuscade. Accursed Horde's fine. I actually like Endless Sands an okay amount. You know, if I'm going to play 1 desert, it's okay for it to be colorless. I'd like to have more than 1 desert, ideally, but Ambuscade it is. Here, I think we just take Ronus' Stalwart. We do have a desert here, but I think the Stalwart's good enough. We only have 1 desert payoff so far, too. It's not like a huge deal if we don't get a desert. We may cut a 2-drop, but getting another Ronus' Stalwart is pretty good, so that's what we're going to do. Another Ambuscade. Another desert, too, but we just have to take Ambuscade. 3 Ambuscades sounds good to me. Well, here I think we just take Ruin Rat, I guess. I don't really need Beneath the Sands. I like Burning Fist Minotaur and Sandblast, incidentally, but they're not, you know, in colors we're in. Black still isn't, like, locked in, incidentally, by the way. I mean, we do have a few good cards in it, and a really good sideboard card. Farm to Market, you know. is white and blue, but that part doesn't really matter. Although with Oasis Ritualist, I'll actually be able to cast both halves just with the Ritualist, which is nice. So I probably won't play the camel unless I get like 2 deserts. So I'm going to stick it over here. Now I think I take another hippo. Yeah, hippo it is. We never have picked up more ramp, but I think we have an okay amount already. And maybe we'll pick up a little bit more in the final pack. Okay, another Ronus' Stalwart. So green has been good to me. It's way better than Kenra Eternal, so we're definitely taking it. We have 3 Ronus' Stalwarts and 3 Ambuscades, which are probably the 2 best commons in green, and are both probably in like the top 10 commons in the format. Okay, now I think we take a desert. I could take a Bitterbow Sharpshooters. I could take a Nissa's Defeat. You know, there's also a Rot Beast for what that's worth. Which incidentally, we're probably not playing this. Now I think I do take a desert though. We only have the 1 camel, but having at least 1 desert and having one that cycles matters. I mean, it's flood insurance. Sharpshooters is fine, but I'm going to take a desert. I'd be happy if I can still pick up some sharpshooters, but it's not the end of the world if we don't. We don't have a bunch of synergy for this, but that's okay. I mean, it's just a good card on its own. So far, we just have Lethal Sting that does anything with it. There's definitely more in the final pack that works well with Obelisk Spider. So Choir Beetle might occasionally get us back a desert now, since we have one. If I can pick up a desert that, like the -1/-1 counter desert or the zombie desert, I'd probably play one of them and this desert and feel okay about playing Wretched Camel at that point. I like the look of the deck, though. We have a lot of good 2-drops. We've got really good removal, and we have stuff we can ramp into with our Ritualists. Picking up some like Naga Vitalists and things like that would make our deck better in the 3rd pack. That's the 2-mana 1/2 that adds mana at common. In Amonkhet, that is. We're definitely going to have enough creatures for Ambuscade to be good, so I'm not really concerned about that. There's another hippo. I don't know if I want another hippo. I might just take a Ruin Rat at this point. I'm going to be able to pick up other creatures to ramp into in the 3rd pack. And Ruin Rat's pretty good. It has some graveyard hate to it. Oh, we got another one. Now I wish I hadn't taken... I think we take another Defeat, though. It is just such a good sideboard card, and having 2 of them in your sideboard is pretty messed up if you're playing against a black opponent. Of course, it's kind of funny. Like, our deck is technically black-green, but we're probably only playing... You know, right now we have 5 black cards in our deck, so... We're not exactly... Siding it in against us would not be great, especially because the things you'd be killing are 2 Ruin Rats, a Wretched Camel. I guess killing the Spider's okay. But... Yeah. This can kill Nicol Bolas, for what it's worth. That doesn't hurt. And the Liliana that's around. So... Another desert or Sidewinder Naga or Lurching Rot Beast? I think I'd go for another desert. Now we take a Rot Beast, and it might make it might make the cut. It's probably one of the first cards I would cut, but now we have 2 deserts, so our camel's fine. I wouldn't mind picking up another one now. Doubt it happens though. It's not great with Lethal Sting. Neither is Ruin Rat, so that's a little bit of a non-bow, but we can definitely set up like, you know, putting counters on Oasis Ritualist and Feral Prowlers is pretty good, because I guess I'll take Jarrow's Renunciation. There's more of a chance I play white than there is any other color that I'm not currently playing. So, a little more ramp and a few more monsters to ramp into, and I'll be pretty happy. I will be satisfied. Ideally, I probably won't be playing the Rot Beast. Sweltering Suns. I love that card, but don't think it's for us. Catcher's Monument's pretty good. It's definitely better if you're actually white, but it's still pretty good. I'm kind of leaning towards Cartouche of Ambition, though. Both Sweltering Suns and A Catcher's Monument are great. And we could think about the Monument, just trying to go wide, you know, just make a bunch of extra creature tokens is super relevant, but so is Cartouche of Ambition's lifelink and stats boost. Works well with our Spider and any other synergies. There's also a Splendid Agony, but I think Cartouche is just better. So yeah, we'll take it. I could see taking the Monument there, so if some of you say should have taken the Monument, I think you could be correct. The Monument is very powerful, unlike the other 4 in that cycle. The green one's okay. I've played it a few times. Ooh, hello there, Hapatra. Magma Spray's great, but we're taking Hapatra. Suddenly we're like in a -1/-1 counter deck, and we have 2 good payoffs for it between Obelisk Spider and Hapatra, so anything that makes -1/-1 counters has suddenly gone way up, because both of these are ridiculous. Especially Hapatra is a ridiculous engine if you can really get going with counters. This is just sort of like a little bit of value. It isn't going to be an engine in the same way Hapatra is. We have 2 Cycling Deserts now, so Quarry Beetle may actually get back some things. It's not a bad thing. Ruin Rat's good with Ambuscade, so we have the non-bow of Lethal Sting plus Ruin Rat, but we also have Ambuscade. I was actually thinking about cutting Lethal Sting between Hapatra and Obelisk Spider. I don't think we want to now. No. We do not. Kenra Charioteer is nice. Wow, this pack is not great for us. I probably wouldn't play main board, at least, to Center's Deliverance, and I wouldn't play Labor of the Heart. Blighted Bat's okay. Kenra Charioteer is definitely the most interesting thing. We could try to splash it, but we don't have that many creatures that love the idea of trample. I guess the Stalwarts are good with it. And our Hippos already have it, so it's not like incredible or anything. So maybe I just take a bat, although being able to blow up Edifices of Authority might just be worth a little more. I think I can probably pick up a later Dissenter's Deliverance, though, so I'll take the bat. May not make the cut in the end, but it's fine. Okay, we got a final reward, but I think we're doing pretty well on removal with all these 4 3-drop removal spells. And final reward is definitely clunky. It's good against the Rampaging Hippos of the world. I'd probably just take the Serpapard. It's just a big creature. The rest of the text on it doesn't really matter, usually. Cursed Minotaur is fine. If we were going to try to splash, I might take Painted Bluffs, but I don't think we're going to. We haven't seen a real reason to do it. So yeah, we'll take Prowling Serpapard here. Okay. Ruthless Sniper puts counters on things, but we would need a decent amount of cycling to want to play it. And right now we're only playing 2 cards with cycling. I would probably think about playing Rot Beast and stuff like that, but it doesn't seem great. I think I'd rather have a Giant Spider for my sideboard. Yeah, things are kind of disappearing on us, but Soul Stinger's nice because it gives you 2 different instances of putting -1/-1 counters on things, both when it comes into play and when it dies and puts them on something else. So it works well with these 2 cards. Initiate's Companion's okay. I may just take Horror of the Broken Lands, though. Yeah, I mean, we have all of our 2-drops, I think, are just better. This is good. It gets better if you're in a deck that has a lot of Exert. But we don't have that much. I mean, we have our 3 Stalwarts, I guess. I guess that's nice, but it's not incredible. I'm going to take the Horror. We do have these Cyclers. So Splendid Agony is a way to put counters on things. Hooded Brawler is just a great 3-drop, though. I think I'm just going to take the Brawler. As tempting as Splendid Agony is, I'm going to take the Brawler here. Okay, so we did get a late Dissenter's Deliverance. We don't really need Gift of Paradise. Our deck has a bit of ramping in it, but it's definitely not a ramp deck in the end. So I'll take the Dissenter's Deliverance for my sideboard. And I'll take a Watchers of the Dead. All our 2-drops are better than it, and we're not desperate for 2s. I guess Labor of the Heart is something I'll think about siding in, so I'll take it. So in terms of cycling, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards with it, counting our deserts. Probably wasn't quite enough to be running that 1, 2, unless we put in like Moaning Wall. I don't really want to do that. Like Dissenter's Deliverance. Another horror. Probably not playing the first one. Maybe I am. I guess maybe 4 ways to cycle is enough for him because he's still a 1 black mana cycler and a 5 mana 4/4, both of which are not the biggest fail cases. Unlike that 1 mana 1/2, which if you don't have enough cycling is just a big fail case. Okay, so deck mostly has an aggressive curve. I do like having the hippos for the late game. And you can cycle them if we get them earlier and don't really want them. We do need to cut a few things. Probably not any of those 5 cards. I guess Blighted Bat's probably on his way out. He's definitely nothing special. I don't think I want to run 16. Our curve's pretty normal. I think we want 17. We do have some cycling, but not enough to run 16, I don't think. So I need to cut something else. And it's probably either Horror of the Broken Lands or Quarry Beetle. I think it's the Quarry Beetle. Getting back to deserts is nice, but he also likes those deserts. He likes them being cycled, and he's definitely more impactful when that happens than... Yeah. So we've got 2 black sources already. We're going to sort by color. We're definitely a lot greener than we are black. But so we'll put these over here. And these 2. But there are also 2 black sources already. I think I want at least 8 black sources. That's probably good though. Yeah. 8 and 9 seems reasonable. Yep. All right. Well, this is our deck. Seems like a lot of fun if we can get Hapatra online early. That's always very good. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the first match. All right. We definitely would like to play first. That is not a good hand, though. We'll be sending it back. This is a lot better. I will take a second stalwart. Sure. I don't think I want to play... Well, maybe I should. Nah. I have 2 stalwarts coming, so I think I can afford to hold on to this to see if I'd rather cycle it than play it. So, that's my plan. Does my opponent have Magma Spray? We're about to find out. Because this is definitely a Magma Sprayable. Yeah, they have it. That is what I figured. So if we don't draw a land here, we definitely play Desert of the Glorified. Yeah, so we're going to have to play it. We don't take a huge hit because we do that. I mean, playing Hooded Brawler there, of course, would have been better, but I don't think enough better that I'm super concerned about it. Dauntless Haven. All right, well, we're going to attack and exert, and then play Hooded Brawler. Playing Soul Stinger would be super good. Just 2-for-1s aggro decks pretty effectively. Yeah, that sucks. So if I draw a 4th land, that's definitely what I'll be doing. All right, we take 4. Ugh. Nope. We will play Ruin Rat. And end our turn. Do I trade my rat here? I think I feel okay about it. Yeah, I think I'll do it. Get that a braid out of his graveyard just in case at the same time. Doubt he has a way of getting it back in his color pair, but hey. Doesn't hurt. My God. Okay. Well, I think we just go for Ambuscade, cast it, choose this, choose that. If he has Magma Spray, we're screwed, but... Alright, and then we attack for 4. Can't block his 1 creature anyway. We really could use some more mana, obviously. Ugh. Well, that's pretty ugly. Can we get the land we need to play Soul Stinger? No. And Ambuscade isn't great right now. I'm going to have to cycle this Horror. I might end up using Ambuscade here, depending on what my opponent does, though. He's going to exert that. So I think using Ambuscade on this isn't the worst plan. I can also hold on to it and use it to kill this, but I'm pretty close to dead if I just take this. So I think we just Ambuscade that. We go to 4. My God. That is frustrating. We have Lethal Sting, so we can kill the big guy, hold on to our 1/1, and survive another turn. So I guess that's what we're going to do. Oh, whoops. I was targeting my own creature. All right. So we go to 1 this turn if the Nephcrop Entangler exerts itself. And now we're just dead. So opponent has a good red-white aggro deck, which don't come together as often in this format. But we also didn't really get... Like, if we could have played Soul Stinger when we wanted to, it would have made a huge difference. Our opponent would have just been, like, in trouble. So Liliana's defeat's not going to be good. Giant Spider might be okay. He does have the 2/1 with whatchamacallit? Pseudo-Vigilance, basically. Moaning Wall might also be okay. It seems like it can block his dudes that we saw. But I don't love it. Yeah, I think we're okay with this. Wow. Well, if we draw black mana, we're pretty happy. Everything's a 2-drop in our hand, but yeah, we got a mulligan. Okay, this one's all right. We got to draw some more lands than we did last time, but it's all right. All right, we will leave the desert on top. I was talking about flood insurance. Turns out I need, like, drought insurance. Could just cycle my Hippo next turn instead of playing the Rat. Doesn't seem terrible given our opponent's board. I could also just play Desert of the Glorified. We also have more forests, but we can't get double green for our Serpapard to save our lives. Yeah, we're gonna play... We'll play that and end our turn. Opponent probably had their Magma Spray ready to go anyway, so... Alright, well, we continue our attempt at not getting mana screwed. I think I just take 3 here. Yeah, I'm going to take 3. I mean, I can use Ambuscade plus blocking to kill 2 things with Ruin Rat. Seems worth it to me. Oh, no 3-drop, huh? How strange for you. Oh, God. Okay. We're going to cycle our Hippo. Hey, we got our 4th land at least. It's still another swamp, but hey. We're going to attack. Exert and all that makes me not super concerned. I mean, our opponent does have the deck where he could very well have Cartouche of Zeals and on-crop crashers and stuff, but I'm okay with that. Cycling their desert. Remember Horn Minotaur, yeah, we got to kill that, I would say. I'm going to do it now because my opponent, we know, has stuff like Magma Spray, and I don't really want to deal with that. All right. I'm going to end my turn. I might just trade now with this thing, although having Ambuscade in my hand makes it a little less desirable. Oh, yeah. Now we're not trading. No way. We take 4. Okay, so now we can go Ambuscade, Prowling Serpopard, and we're going to attack for 2. So we might be able to get through the storm this time. We'll have to see. Ooh, Paincaster. It's obnoxious. And a Braid, of course. Why not? Oasis Ritualist. I'm going to attack while I still can. So the problem we have here is I can block this, but then he can ping it with his Paincaster. I might still do it. No, I decided not to attack. That's usually a good sign. He's going to dome me with Inferno Jet. That's fun. Another Ambuscade, our 3rd Ambuscade is nice to see. I think I attack with my rat here and plan on using Ambuscade to kill the Paincaster. Oh wait, he can hurt my Paincaster. He can kill my Ruin Rat in response. So that is not awesome. I guess I'm going to do this instead then. He's going to kill my Ruin Rat either way, so. No, actually, he's going for my dome. He must have another Inferno Jet. That's the only explanation. Yeah, that's why. Well, we got beat pretty bad. We also had... We were not at our best against this opponent, that's for sure. So we lose our first match. Hopefully we can win our next one. All right, we are 0-1, and we're going into the second match of our Devastation draft. This is a good hand. We do have a bunch of stuff we're probably just going to cycle, which isn't awesome, but we also have a 2-drop, so that makes it a little better. And we can cycle Horror on turn 1, which is what we'll do. A little bit obnoxious with Ronus' Stalwart because it forces me to exert it, basically. Come on, Hapatra. Oh. Turn 2 Hapatra would have been nice. Yeah, we're going to play a Stalwart. End our turn. Probably just going to cycle a Hippo next turn unless I draw a 2 or 3 drop. Yeah, makes sense to get in there, I guess. You're probably going to play another creature with 2 power that I wouldn't be able to block anyway. Or that I'll have to exert through anyway is what I'm trying to say. Or just another mummy. Mummies everywhere. Okay, so... Yeah, we'll be cycling. We definitely exert here, though. Wouldn't have hated Festering Mummy for our deck, I guess, but yeah. So yeah, we'll be cycling a Hippo. We'll have an Oasis Ritualist, which is always a good place to put counters on for Lethal Sting. Not that we're going to be using it on these guys, but still. They're also black-green, and they have -1/-1 counter stuff going on, so they may also have some payoffs like we do. Granted, we have 2, so there are 2 of the best, but they're still just 2. Definitely cycling away a Hippo. That's fun, Ramonop Excavator. Hey, there's Hooded Brawler. Ooh, there's a Patra. I almost want to wait till I can have a turn where I can play Lethal Sting and Hapatra. Just so I can guarantee I'm going to get a little bit of value out of her. I think that's probably better. I'm going to play my Ritualist. And in my turn. Which means next turn I can do Hapatra and Lethal Sting together and get the 1/1. Granted, the 1/1 isn't going to be amazing against Festering Mummies, but it's going to be okay. Yeah, I figured our opponent was multi-splash with Traveler's Amulet in it. I definitely block one of these mummies, I think. Can't do too much against my Ritualist. And it's better to kill one of them when it can't outright kill anything on the board than it is to do otherwise. Yeah, make that a 1/1. So now it can die to a -1/-1 counter, of course. Lurching Rot Beast. That might just be worth killing as big as it is, sadly. Okay. I'm going to play Hapatra. And I'm going to play Lethal Sting. I'm going to kill, yeah, Lurching Rot Beast. And I'm going to put the counter here. And I'm going to attack with Ronus' Stalwart for 1. I'm not going to exert it. We need like a Cartouche of Ambition or something. Keep these snakes coming. So I would block with the snake on the Excavator, obviously. Pretty happily. I would do that pretty happily. Oh, Hashep Oasis, huh? Definitely ramping. It's a little scary. Makes me wonder. They could have Hour of Devastation. They just grabbed another mountain, so that seems like a big possibility. Of course, if they play a creature here, it's a lot less likely. If they don't do anything here, I think Hour of Devastation is what they have. And in that case, I would probably just attack with Ronus' Stalwart. Exert it. It can't be blocked if I exert it. So my opponent like definitely has Hour of Devastation. Why else would you grab a second mountain? Could be Chaos Maw too, but that has the same problem. so yeah. I'm going to attack and exert. Get in for 2. So you can hash up Oasis over and over again. If he had another green, he can't do it yet, but that's the fun of ramming up Excavator. So I do have 6 mana. This survives both Hour of Devastation. Yeah, let's just play it. It survives board sweepers, most of them. If it's like Bantu's Devastation or whatever, then not so much, but let's play our big guy anyway. It survives the 5 damage one and Chaos Maw, so... yeah, we'll take 1. Am I right about Hour of Devastation, or is it Chaos Maw? Oh, it's Sifter Worm. Okay. Even worse. Yeah, that card's great. I still haven't gotten a chance to play one. I know you've heard me complain about it in basically every draft video. I do not ever get to make a blue-green ramp deck, or any ramp deck. It just doesn't ever happen for me. This is like the closest it's been, and this deck is not a great ramp deck. It has other stuff going on. Good news is I can block the Sifter Worm with my snake and just kill it. So we got that going. So we're not dead necessarily. I wonder why he wants double red, though. So I bet it's Chaos Maw or Hour of Devastation. Our Oasis Ritualist can survive, so that's good. We need Ambuscade for our Death Touch Snake, just to kill this worm outright. We still have all 3 in our deck, so it isn't impossible that that'll happen. Opponent, this card is just so good, like, so good. And in my set review, which I did weeks and weeks ago when the set was split, I was like, this is one of the cards I'm most excited to play with. Guess how many times I've played it? 0. How many times have it been played against me? Like 5. Okay, well, we're just going to play a Ritualist. At least it survives Chaos Maw. So, if that's what we have to worry about, it's whatever. Alright, so I'm in my turn. He got Torment of Venom, by the way, so that is annoying. What would I do if he plays Torment of Venom? I'm assuming he's going to kill Hapatra with it. So, what do I discard? Yeah, he is. Or do I want to sacrifice a creature? Or do I want to lose 3 life? I'm going to lose 3 life. I mean, that's right. You're afraid of my snake token. You should be. Alright, well, now I'm just going to unload my hand. My opponent, in the end, doesn't seem to have had the threats I was concerned about. We got to get rid of that Sifter Worm, and we have ways to do it. We haven't drawn any removal, right? No. Oh, we do it. We drew Lethal Sting. So we have that. We just have the 3 Ambuscades left. Oh god. No, they just got their Hippo. No big deal. I ain't afraid of no Hippo. Are they going to bring the Thunder here? I guess, I mean, they should be attacking with their Mummy, I think, because I ain't blocking that. I want to hold on to my snake. It's the only thing keeping Sifter Worm from attacking me. Oh, Sifter Worm. Sifter Worm and River Hoopoe, the 2 cards I was like, I can't wait to play these 0 times. Again, I've heard me complain about this a lot. He could just use Hatshep Oasis on his Sifter Worm like multiple turns in a row. Oh, that is bad. That is very bad. Oh, God. He could just outright kill my Death Touch right now, but he's going to wait. It's definitely better for him to attack and put a counter on the snake than it is to... yeah, that's just better. Another Death Toucher, though. I'll take it. I will take it. But like Hash Up Oasis on Sifter Worm every turn is pretty gross. Of course, if I block it with a Ruin Rat, it won't matter. But I'd have to block it with something else too to not die. Yeah. Ah, that's interesting. So now I see what you did there. Okay. We're going to lose both our Death Touch creatures, probably. Opponent probably just attacks with the Mummy and the Decimator Beetle. No Decimator Beetle, huh? Well, in that case, I guess I block it with my Hippo. Alright, so it puts a -1/-1 counter on either Ruin Rat or Snake. So we should probably get rid of a creature. Our opponent could have Wander in Death, so getting rid of... well, I guess a Mummy is probably fine. Yeah, more creatures. So now he can attack and kill my Death Touch Snake, incidentally. So, kind of a problem, but we have lots of bodies to throw in front of things. So there's that. But we're, you know, behind on life. I think we're pretty much behind on board. Even though we've been holding our opponent off. We haven't been doing much more than that. Yeah, use the Oasis again, you bad person. Yep. 7-8, huh? Let's see what you're doing. I'm not like ultra worried about the Beetle though. Like the Beetle swinging alone can't kill me because I can chump block it for days. Like I'll probably just block it with Feral Prowler here. He's going to put the counter on my Snake, obviously. Remove a counter from that. Yeah, Snake. Because I'm just going to try to find... although Ambuscade's not going to be quite as good now. We don't have anything with Death Touch. It'll still be pretty good. So I'm just trying to find an Ambuscade here. And Feral Prowler can help me with that. Well, Serpapard doesn't hurt. It's certainly largish. Yeah, we don't have a desert anywhere. But that is another creature. So I'll take it. This is like when I really wish I had Overcome in my deck. Freaking Hash Up Oasis every turn is gross. Yeah, this thing, like, you know, it's an okay playable no matter what, but then when you get the really good deserts that can come back over and over again, it gets to be a real problem, I feel like. So I think we bring in both of our Liliana's defeats. Our opponent has good enough black creatures. Like, I would be happy to kill either of those with it. Granted, we can't kill Sifter Worm with it. But I might take out, like, Lethal Sting and... well, maybe not. Lethal Sting can actually kill this thing, so... okay, so... he's going to kill one of my guys. Yeah, the Camel. Camel makes sense. I think I just block with my 1/1 Stalwart. I think that's my plan here. Ouch. Okay, well. We're getting in trouble. Our opponent has 2 creatures with trample and a Hash Up Oasis. So eventually they're just going to grind us into nothing. But I guess we'll make them do it. Ambuscade's not going to be as good as it was going to be. Although we can still use it to block and kill something. Like, that's not irrelevant. But the multiple creatures with trample our opponent has is plus Hash Up Oasis every turn is the real problem. I think that's a pretty big problem. Nice little engine for our opponent, certainly. God. What now? Sweltering Suns! Yeah, now we're just dead. That's why they have double red. So at least we learned that. It is a sweeper. It's just not the one that, like, wins the game. It doesn't blow up the whole board. It just blows up small creatures, which is good for our opponent. They have a lot of creatures who survive that. I'm wondering if I should only bring in one Liliana's Defeat. I don't know. I need to think about what I'm cutting and such. That's still all you're attacking with? You can kill my Ritualist immediately. You could just kill me. Are you worried about what I have in my hand? I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm going to kill this. If I draw... I don't know. I can't really draw away. I'm going to draw Ambuscade now that I killed my creature. No. We drew a land. I say we make them kill us. Psych them out. You know, we've got one card in our hand. They should be worried. They should be very worried about what could happen to them. Sarcasm. Yeah, what will I cut for Liliana's Defeat? That's the question. That is the question. So we got 2 Liliana's Defeats. Opponent didn't play any flyers, so spiders, not that important. Ruin Rat is so bad against that Desecration Beetle. I think we probably cut Horror of the Broken Lands. None of that stuff. Maybe a Feral Prowler. It's either Feral Prowler or Ruin Rat. I think I'd rather lose the Prowler. Yeah. And we just bring in both defeats. I think that's reasonable. We did lower our creature count, but that's okay. God, I may owe 2. That wouldn't be fun. I don't think this deck is, like, bad, but our opponent in the first round had, like, the scariest, like an old school scary red-white aggro deck that you don't see nearly as much in this format, and destroyed us. And, you know, like, if we, I still maintain if we'd played that Soul Stinger on turn 4, or ever drawn a 4th land, it would have made a big difference, because Soul Stinger just would have wrecked I would have 2-for-1 them. They would have had to stop attacking. Even if they used removal on it, it 2-for-1s them. That's what's great about Soul Stinger. It's good against everyone, but it's even good. It's like insurance against those very, very aggressive low to the ground decks, because it can block and kill a lot of things in those decks, and then it puts 2 counters somewhere, and that's going to kill a lot of things in those decks. So it works out a lot of the time. All right, we have gotten to make 1 snake token, so there's that. Okay, I think this is a keep. It's going to be annoying if we don't draw any lands, but, you know, it happens. It's Magic. It is, in fact, Magic. All right. So we do have a turn 2 Ruin Rat, at least. I wouldn't mind going Ruin Rat, Obelisk Spider. That would be a good start to our game, I think. Gross. Land, please, land. We need it now. We need it now. Yes, we did it. So good at Magic that I drew my 3rd land. So we hold on to the Cartouche, obviously. It's bad to play to play when your opponent has mana up anyway, a lot of the time, because it's just dangerous. I only play it in those situations if I absolutely have to. And secondly, I don't have anything to kill with the counter or weaken with the counter, so it's not worth playing. Getting Ambuscade is great, though, because it means our shenanigans are online with Ruin Rat. All right, we're going to attack, and then I think we play Oasis Ritualist. Maybe we'll just draw a Hippo next turn. I'd be okay with that. That would go a long way towards putting our opponent in a very bad situation. We're going to be able to ambuscade whatever this is, almost definitely, since Death Touch. Unless it's like a Sand Strangler. Oh, no. Not Soul Stinger. Freaking Soul Stinger. It's going to sting my soul. I can feel it. Oh, thank you. That at least keeps me from getting 2 for 1, so... Oh, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. What am I talking about? Ugh. Soul Stinger, why? Why Soul Stinger? And if I put another counter on it, it gets to put 3 on something, so that's not worth it. I think we're just going to have to ambuscade it. I mean, maybe I should use Liliana's Defeat since it'll actually kill it. Yeah, let's just use Liliana's Defeat. Gets to put 2 counters somewhere. Probably on my Spider, I would guess. If only because the Spider, if it can't do damage to creatures, can't make -1/-1 counters. So he can kill my Ruin Rat, but yeah, that is what I figured. Alright, so we're going to attack for 3. I wanted to use Liliana's Defeat because Ambuscade plus Ruin Rat can kill anything my opponent plays, unless it has Hexproof. And Liliana's Defeat won't necessarily be able to kill anything. So that is my reasoning. Excavator. Well, yeah, I don't think I'm going to use Ambuscade on that. I think I'm going to play Cartouche of Ambition, though. Put it on Oasis Ritualist. Not a lot that can kill an Oasis Ritualist that costs 2 mana. A Braid can't do it. So we're going to drain our opponent for 1 with our Obelisk Spider's ability and go up to 21. And then I'm going to attack my opponent with Oasis Ritualist. Which will take us up to 24. So even if they play Sifter Worm, I can kill it. They'll gain some life off of it and get to scry, so they'll still get value, but at least they can kill it. And I can kill a Hippo too. And that's what they play. Wow. Well, that's not bad, right? Get out of here. I don't think we want to attack with the rat because having it as our ambuscade creature is a big deal. Because if we lose our rat, we can't use ambuscade to kill his biggest creatures because the best we have is a 3/5. So we can, but we'd have to trade away our ritualist along with it. So not really worth it. Lots of gaining life. All right. They don't have a land engine right now, so that's nice. What does my opponent have that he's just like... Bring it on. Don't know. But I'm going to attack. Gotta have something. Is it a trick? It's probably a trick. Oh, it's Torment of Venom. So I was thinking if they used a trick, I could ambuscade, which would be great, but I can't really do anything about that. My creature won't die, so there's that, but that does take away our threat. Our primary threat here. We're going to play another Ritualist, though, who can attack if all of our opponent has is a Ramanop Excavator, so there's that. But at least I keep a chump blocker in play. It would be worse if my creature straight up died, and it definitely already gave us a lot of value, so... Play a big creature that I can ambuscade. Preferably not your Sifter Worm, but if that's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do. Okay. Alright, where are we gonna cycle this? We don't need this. We don't really need that either. I have these guys untapped, so if I have to use the mana, I will. Okay, so I will play that, but first, let's attack with our 2/4 Oasis Ritualist. See if it does survive, or looks like it's probably not going to. Okay, well, now I use Ambuscade. I guess it would have been better, actually. I should have used it here, because I would have gotten in for one more instead of, you know, doing the cute little Ruin Rat thing. Would have been way better to get in for more. Alright, we still have one Ambuscade, so if Sifter Worm comes down, it's not the end of the world. My opponent gains life, though. I'm not going to be super thrilled. Oh, Sweltering Suns. Okay. Bye, everybody, except Oasis Ritualist. And I'm going to get rid of Rampaging Hippo, I think. Maybe the Soul Stinger would have been better, but... Alright, so we're going to attack. Drop our opponent to 3. Play Ronus' Stalwart, who can attack through a lot of creatures, so he may just present lethal next turn. Sifter Worm. Oh, God. Don't gain any life. Don't gain any life. Don't gain any life. Reveal 3 lands. And then another land off the top of your library. Come on. We had a chance, but it's going to be hard now. I mean, it's not impossible, but we need to find a way to kill the Sifter Worm, and we've lost the plan we had for killing it. Okay, he gained 2, but he also played a Mirage Mirror, which means he's going to have 2 Sifter Worms. And of course, we draw a land. 2 Sifter Worms. Let me repeat that. 2 freaking 7/7 Tramplers. This did not go well for me. I want to sift. Yeah, Mirage Mirror. We do have Artifact Hate in our sideboard. I would have probably brought in Dissenter's Deliverance if I knew Mirage Mirror was a thing. Okay, that's not what we need. Not what we need at all. We need Lethal Sting, basically. Oh, God. Not good. I think we lose this one. We were a turn away from winning. But our opponent probably had a Sifter Worm in their hand. They probably went Sweltering Suns, clear the board, help me survive till next turn. Then Sifter Worm, which can just win me the game in the long run, especially when you have 2 Sifter Worms. Oh God, yeah, we pretty much have to take that. So, owie. Not a good draft. Again, I don't think our deck was bad, but yeah, we're dead. Rough. 0-2 it is. I think that's only my second one in the format. Does not feel good. And we're getting farther and farther away from a 60% win percentage. Okay. Well, thanks for watching. Don't forget my drafts videos are sponsored by 5colorcombo.com. You can go to their store. Use my discount code NEATZone5 to get a 5% discount. You should also check out their app. It will help you improve at drafting. You can draft wherever you are on the bus or whatever. And they use my limited review ratings to help determine when the AI will pick cards. So it's a pretty accurate representation of an actual draft. So thanks for watching.